Dear student, today we are going to understand part 5 of class 8 science chapter 7, the cell. In today's part, we will understand about nucleus, what nucleus is, what are the different parts of nucleus, how nucleus works or what are the functions. Then there will be a comparison between your plant cell and animal cell. As well as the third thing what we are going to understand in this is about prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. Okay, fine, good. Nucleus. Nucleus, and in plural, okay, when there are many, we call it nuclei. So nucleus is a spherical structure present in the center of the cell and is surrounded by the cytoplasm. In the previous part, we have understood about two things, cell membrane and cytoplasm. So this nucleus is surrounded by cytoplasm, and this nucleus is also known as the control center of the cell. All the things of the cell are controlled by this nucleus. Generally, in most of the cases, there is only one nucleus present in the cell, but in some cases there can be more nucleus present. Like example, in your muscle cell, there are more than one nucleus, and there can be cell where there is no nucleus, and such kind of cells, they are known as enucleated cells. Generally, आमतौर पे there is only one cell, but in few cases there can be more, and one of the example is your muscle cell. And there is a case where, or there are cases where there is no nucleus present, and if such kind of a cell is there, we call it enucleated cell. Okay, now nucleus consists of four parts. There are four parts. Nuclear membrane, you have studied about cell membrane. As cell membrane separates the cell from other things, from the outer environment, same way nuclear membrane is also there. Then nuclear sap, or it is generally called nucleoplasm, then nucleolus, and then the fourth thing is chromosomes. Okay, and we are going to understand them furthermore. Before we move further, we have to understand what is the function of this nucleus, what is the work of this nucleus, काम क्या करता है. So there are two main things. First is, it helps in the inheritance of characters from parents to the children. Inheritance, जो parents में characters है, things हैं, चीजें हैं, उसको वो बच्चों में लेकर के आता है. So first is this function. Then second is, act as a control center for all the activities taking place in the cell. Cell के अंदर में जो कोई भी activities हो रही है, whatsoever things are happening inside the cell, nucleus is having the control power. It is in the control. Without nucleus presence, such kind of things cannot happen. Okay, so fine. The first part we are going to understand about nuclear membrane. Nuclear membrane is a thin porous membrane that separates the nucleus from the cytoplasm. The same function of your cell membrane. जैसे cell membrane दूसरे चीजों से, दूसरे बातों से, या एक सेल को दूसरे सेल से सेपरेट करता है, सेम उसी तरीके से जो न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन है, वो न्यूक्लियस को, जो साइटोप्लाज्म, वी नो दैट विद इन अ सेल देयर आर टू थिंग्स, साइटोप्लाज्म एंड न्यूक्लियस, and this nuclear membrane separates your nucleus and cytoplasm. It is thus the outermost covering layer of the nucleus. Being porous, in the previous one also I have told about porous, tiny small holes are there. It allows the movement of materials between the cytoplasm and the nucleus. तो जो वो porous है, small tiny holes हैं, उसकी वजह से जो movement है, cytoplasm से चीज अंदर आएगी और अंदर से चीज बाहर जाएगी. A jelly-like substance called the nuclear sap or nucleoplasm fills up the nucleus. So inside nucleus, जो nucleus है, in that there is a jelly-like substance, and that substance is called nuclear sap or nucleoplasm. Then inside the nucleus, a small spherical body called nucleus, in plural we call it nuclei, is present. So your nuclear membrane is there, then your nuclear sap or nucleoplasm is there, and then inside that nucleus there is a spherical body, there is a part which is known as nucleus. In addition to nucleus, thread-like structures called chromosomes. There are thread-like structures which are called chromosomes are present in nucleus. Chromosomes carry a number of genes. Now, genes basically is your the inheritance or the things which you carry from parents to children. So these chromosomes and these genes help in the inheritance of characters from parents to children. जो parent में चीजें हैं, many times you would have heard about a word hereditary. Okay, that means what disease or what things were with parents, the same things are carried by the children also. The same way, if you would have seen a lot of videos regarding how the father used to sleep, the kid also is sleeping the same way. So such kind of characters are there. Then if a newborn baby is there, elders used to say नाक मम्मी की तरह है, कान पापा की तरह है, ये ऐसा है, वो वैसा. So that means they inherit the characteristics, the physical features of their parents also. Okay. Now next part, fourth, about we are going to understand about organelles. As in the previous part also we have talked about organelles, that as cytoplasm contains a number of small characters structures called organelles. So in cytoplasm there is a small number of small structures, छोटी छोटी चीजें होती है, and they are known as organelles. And these characteristics or these structures are your mitochondria. Then endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi body or Golgi apparatus. Then nucleus, that is, it is present in plant cells, have a big central vacuole, mostly absent from animal cell. Okay, and if it is present in animal cell, it will be of very small size. Then ribosomes, plastids, okay, which is present in plants and only. So we'll just talk about them in the next slide, where these functions, what functions of these organelles, and when they have this smaller structures. The previous part also I have made it clear that they are only functional within a living cell. अगर वो living cell के बाहर में होंगे तो they are not functional. Okay. Now functions of different organelles, what their functions are. So we already know that there are 7 organelles: mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi body, lysosome, and then vacuole, then ribosome, and plastid. Now first, mitochondria. Mitochondria, what's its function? It is the powerhouse that generates energy, or it provides energy to the cell. Then next is your endoplasmic reticulum. Now what is the function of this? It is responsible for synthesis, then storage and transport of material. आपका जो synthesis हो रहा है, process हो रहा है, उसके लिए responsible है. जो आपकी चीज generate हो रही है, बन रही है, उसको store करेगा. Then also what it will do, it will transport different materials to different parts. Then third is Golgi body. It is responsible for secretion of many materials. Secretion is निकलना, okay, of many materials. The next is your lysosome, which is found in animal cell only. So cell suicide bag helps in digesting excess or worn out organelles. जो excess चीजें हैं या excess organelles हैं उनको, या जो बेकार हो गई हैं, उन सभी चीजों को ये क्या करता है, डाइजेस्ट कर देता है. एंड engulfed बैक्टीरिया, जो बैक्टीरिया यूजफुल नहीं है, उन सबको भी ये क्या करता है, डाइजेस्ट करता है. Then other things like that. Then fifth one is your vacuole, which is a non-living part. And this function, इसका काम क्या है? It stores excess water, useful materials, pigments and wastes प्रोडक्ट्स, जो आपका एक्सेस वाटर है या जो जरूरत के सामान है उनको स्टोर करता है, जो पिगमेंट्स है या जो वेस्ट प्रोडक्ट्स है, जो बेकार की चीज है, उनको भी ये अपने स्टोर करके रखता है. The next is your ribosome. So ribosomes, its function is to synthesize proteins for the cell. जो proteins हैं उनको ये स्टोर करके या उनको जनरेट करके रखता है. Then seventh is plastids, which is found in plant cells only. And here you have to understand about plastids that they are of three types. First one is your chloroplast, that is the green colored, the green pigment or green thing which is present in the leaves. Then the second one is chromoplast, that is the other. So you would have seen some leaves are green, some are of other colors. Okay, so the other colored, that is your chromoplast. And then the third is leucoplast. Leucoplast, that means they are colorless, no color would be found there. So what is function? Chloroplast, that is from green plastids, contain chlorophyll which is necessary for photosynthesis. Then leucoplast store food materials, especially your starch. And then the third thing, chromoplast, it contains pigments other than chlorophyll. तो chlorophyll आपका photosynthesis के लिए chloroplast जो है जिसमें chlorophyll होता है, that is necessary for photosynthesis. Then leucoplast, it stores your food materials, and in food material also your starch. And then chromoplast, that contains other pigments which are other than chlorophyll. Okay, so here's is your comparison table for your plant cell and animal cell. What kind of things are there in plant cell, what are not there in your plant cell. And this your question number 4 in your answer in detail, that draw well-labeled diagram of plant cell and animal cell showing the organelles. For this you can draw figure 7.14, which is given on page number 140. So you have to draw those two figures which is there in figure 7.14, plant cell as well as animal cell, and you have to show their organelles also, all things are there present in that plant cell and animal cells. Okay, fine. So here's a table that in plant cell and animal cell your cell membrane is present. Then in plant cell, cell wall is present, but in animal cell it is absent. That X marks indicates that it is absent. Then cytoplasm is present in both, nucleus is present in both, mitochondria is present in both. Then your chloroplast. Chloroplast is present in only plant cells, not in animal cells. Then Golgi body in both, endoplasmic in both, ribosome in both of them. Then vacuole. A large vacuole is present in plant cell, and in animal cell generally it is absent, but if it is present it is smaller in size. Okay, good. Before we further move to understand about prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells, your answer briefly question number 5 and 6. Question number 5, where are organelles present in a cell? So organelles are present in the cytoplasm. Cell organelles, they are present in the cytoplasm. Then number 6, where are chromosomes present in a cell? Chromosomes are present in a cell in the nucleus. Chromosomes are present in the nucleus. Chromosomes are present in the nucleus. Now let's talk about prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. So the structure of nucleus differs in bacteria and other organisms. तो जो structure है nucleus का वो bacteria और दूसरे organisms में अलग अलग होता है. In bacteria, the nucleus is not well organized. So bacteria में जो nucleus है वो well organized नहीं होता है. The nuclear material is not surrounded by a nuclear membrane. So there are few cells in which there is absence of cell membrane. Sorry, not absence of cell membrane, absence of nuclear membrane. And such kind of cells which lack or which don't have nuclear membrane, they are called prokaryotic cell. Okay, and then pro means before and prion means nucleus. Okay, and the organisms with prokaryotic cells are called prokaryotes. तो जो प्रोkaryotic cells होते हैं जिनमें सेल न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन नहीं होती, ऐसे organisms को call it prokaryotes. Then bacteria and blue algae are prokaryotes. So जो बैक्टीरिया है या जो ब्लू ग्रीन एल्गी है, they are such examples. All organisms other than bacteria and blue green algae, so blue green algae और बैक्टीरिया को छोड़ के जितने भी बाकी सब organisms हैं, they sorry, they have a well organized nucleus with a nuclear membrane. तो उनमें nuclear membrane होती है, and such organisms they are called eukaryotes. Okay? And such kind of cells are known as eukaryotic cells. If nuclear membrane is absent, prokaryotic. If nuclear membrane is present, eukaryotic. Absence, pro, present, eu. Okay, fine, good.